So since I mentioned it yesterday, we're going to react to the Smash Brothers Nintendo Direct. I'm a huge fan of Smash Brothers. Tabitha isn't such a huge fan. A lot of this stuff isn't going to mean... she's not going to care much about it. Like, Simon Belmont, like, how many Castlevania games have you played?
I think one once.
Yeah, and probably don't even remember which one.
Nope.
So, that kind of stuff doesn't mean much. But I'm going to see if I can... Some of the stuff that was added, maybe she's a little more interested in. Also, some of the stuff I think is just cool. Like, it just looks awesome. Like, this is probably the least disappointed I've ever been in anything as far as video games. Because it's just like, there are so many things where I'm just like, that would be too much to ask for. And then it just isn't, apparently. And, well, you know, without further ado, I'll go right ahead. Get to it. I love having Luigi in Dracula's castle. Yeah. It doesn't work on them.
No. Oh. God.
I kind of just wanted to make a movie, like a Smash Brothers movie with this quality.
Yeah.
Would be so awesome. Luigi's dead.
He died.
Canonically, he died in Dracula's castle. Simon failed to save him.
Yep, he's a failure.
I love the Castlevania theme. It's so freaking good. It's spooky and it's hype. God, the final smashes look so intense now. And I love his walk cycle. It's just straight up the NES walk cycle. But they're doing this thing called Echo Fighters, where it's basically their word for a clone character, but they're not treating them as full characters anymore. Whereas, like, with Smash 4, there were a bunch of clones, and they're like, look at all these characters, and it's like, they're not totally new.
Yeah.
But I like how they're doing it now. I want to hear that version with the 8-bit and the guitar.
Oh.
Look at his dead body with his eyes wide open.
Yeah. Oh, God. He just turns over.
The guy just looks at it.
Hello, I'm Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited. This is a follow-up to our recent announcements about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
See, he never aged, he just turned into a middle-aged woman. He went from a young man to a middle-aged woman.
I see.
Simon Belmont is finally joining the roster.
I love his, like, old 80s style He-Man look.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Average reach during normal attacks is longer than...
Gosh, he looks like he's gonna be so much fun.
It's cool.
This is way better than any of the supers they had in Castlevania Judgment.
I wouldn't know.
Well, we played it.
We did? That was the one we played?
Yeah, we played Castlevania. It was a fighting game.
Right.
Well, the other Castlevania games are platformers.
Oh.
That's how much experience Tabitha has in Castlevania.
I didn't know that. I thought they all must have been fighting games, because I played a fighting game
That's
once.
her only experience with it.
Including new and classic
Oh, wow.
The
That's-
Castlevania series is very popular among our music team, and they were excited to work on these arrangements.
Yeah, so
Wow.
the music for Smash is so underrated because they like make all of these original like tracks and like covers and remixes. It's like one of my favorite parts about the games. I also like how it's the old Dracula look. Like, he looks very fancy. Okay, so I like how Alucard would have been like the second shoe-in for a playable character, but Alucard was not playable in any of the... Oh no, he was! He was playable in Castlevania 3, which was on NES. But he's more known for Symphony of the Night, which is like one of the most popular PlayStation games. So I like to think Nintendo was like, yeah, Simon gets first bill, but you're a PlayStation guy. You can be an assist trophy. Yeah, I was hype about this because this is the first time... Yeah, this is the first time a Metroid Prime character has made it into Smash. Because all the other Samus armor. It was never from Prime. It was always from Super Metroid, and then they went to Other M, which is the worst.
And either display all Echo fighters separately on the fighter select screen, or stack them with the fighters they're based on.
This is good because this screen is going to be way too cramped.
Yeah.
So if we can just kind of scrunch it up some way. It's a Shiba now. That one's great because of the crab. Yep. He is the star. He is the best part. I missed this level so much.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I don't think
That
I've
was a
seen
3DS.
stage.
That was a 3DS stage.
Oh yeah.
So is this.
Wondering. Yeah, I haven't seen either of them.
I think maybe my thing started buffering when these were being shown. That's awesome.
Ooh, I actually really like that stage.
I like it
surprisingly.
too. Like it's so spooky.
I feel like I shouldn't like it because I don't like that's my thing, is that I don't like when the stages like change and then I die.
Yeah.
I don't like having to fight the game and Tim at the same time, because Tim is really good at Smash. Well,
Don't.
Tim's not good at Smash Brothers. I'm not gonna say
I'm
that.
better than you.
He's better than
because
me.
you don't
Yeah.
play it.
Right.
But like, I really like that. That's what makes it like. I find that more interesting. Like I like stage hazards. We need to finish that game, Super Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
You could see the ship in the background. I didn't notice that before. Also, I can see you not liking that kind of stuff because of motion sickness.
Yeah.
We put a lot
Ooh.
of effort into enhancing the look of the stage.
Aw.
That looks gorgeous.
Cute.
As well. That said, for stages that originally
I don't know why they did this. Just for N64, it's just the old look. Oh no, that actually has been updated.
the stage
Most of that
is
hasn't
turning out
been.
to be pretty impressive. Let's compare it to the totals
Oh,
of
yeah.
previous games.
I like, okay, they do this, they've been doing this a lot for this one, where they're just like, yeah, you thought we had a lot before.
Now the total number of
Jeez.
stages is, voila,
103, I've never
Golly.
heard of a fighting game having anywhere near that many
In Big
arenas.
Battlefield, we'd have exactly 100.
And these are
Take a look at the
These are
stages.
more than just a flat plane with background, like most
Yeah.
fighting games. This is actually like a level that's been constructed.
So the total number of stages is actually more than
Yeah, you have the default, a Battlefield configuration with 3 platforms, or a flat Final Destination
They
configuration.
are all available from the
And in 4, it was only some of them could do 8-player, now all of them could do 8-player.
Additionally, you have the option
And you can turn off stage hazards.
when you're looking for a change
So we could do flat, no stage hazards,
select this
and it would be like a regular fighting game.
Wow.
Also, the order of the stages matches the order in which they were introduced in the series, just like the fighters.
I like how Nintendo just does cool stuff like that, because it's like, oh man, like you can go back and remember stuff. Oh yeah, this is really cool. Just change to the Zelda stage in the middle.
That out.
The song changed too.
Transform around you. But first,
Stage morph.
What?
and have fun.
Like that's it loading, and you're getting to fight while it loads.
That's super cool.
This is just like, it's so above and beyond.
For the player who wants it all, My Music lets you select specific.
Oh, I'm so excited for Splatoon remixes because I love that soundtrack. It's like a jazz
Until now,
remake.
each stage has from
They keep doing this. We're just like, so how many are there?
What?
And they're showing off, like messing with you the whole time.
fanfare. Then there's actually
Yeah, he's including mini music and fanfare goes to 900. They're like, oh, we didn't even count everything. This is how much there actually is.
hours worth of music.
This game's file size is going to nuke everyone's Switch.
Part of video.
Look how like
It's like having an
intuitive and
Yeah.
like the sound test in this is better than a lot of music players I've seen.
Or if it's, it can be found in the other section. You can create your own playlists too. Sort them in any order you like, anytime, as much as you want.
They did that for the 3DS version too, and that was awesome.
A huge variety of music has been collected for the game, and you can sample some of these tracks on the official website.
Wait. Yeah, okay, so here's something I wanted to look at. I think they have crossover compositions because Jun Senue, I don't know how to say his last name. He's the Sonic composer, and he did a Mega Man medley. That's really cool. I don't know if that's the only time that happens or if that's an old example, but doing stuff like that where it's like, I don't know, let's get Koji Kondo to do a Metal Gear song. Koji Kondo did a lot of the Zelda and Mario music.
Now the first thing you will select is the rules.
This is a good idea, even though it's going to make it take a little longer to get into a match immediately. Yeah, and then you can just hit last used. Which, last used is such a good thing. So yeah, stamina. HP instead of ring outs.
There's a different feeling of intensity in these battles.
So it's like a traditional fighter.
This time, stage selection comes before fighter selection.
Which is smart. It's like what Street Fighter switched to.
How well suited they are for the stage. Or let the last battle's loser pick the next stage to even the odds.
Look at all these freaking options!
So cool.
Like, you know, sometimes we're like, I don't know what the system is, and it's like, we get to decide the system now.
Yeah.
Damage option.
Final Smash meter. So now it's meter.
Final smash meter will
Oh,
and
cool.
then once it's
So you can like,
you can
Yeah.
Oh,
so now
yeah,
Mario has
yeah.
his super ready. Instead of having to fight for the Final Smash.
yeah.
So it's more like a regular fighting game. So you're gonna play this with me, right? And I like how they're weaker versions, because like the Final Smash thing, that's like, okay, I'm gonna wipe the board this time. But having it do a meter where like you're guaranteed to get it, making it a little weaker is actually smart, and it'll feel less overpowered. KOF,
added in squad strike.
but with it can be 3v3 or 5 vs 5.
3-on-3
So 3-on-3 would be KOF, but it's like, you know, it's you fight each other in order. Also, built-in tournament, which I don't think we've had since Brawl,
Choose the number of players and CPU participants.
and this looks so much more streamlined
Automatically structure a tournament bracket.
and has a much nicer interface.
32 players can join the tournament, so it's great for parties too.
Also, this would be great for
Yeah,
actual tournaments.
Actual tournaments.
Yeah, because like, oh,
We're adding a special Smash
look at
mode
this,
called
Smashdown. You
After
pick the
a battle in
character,
this mode, the previously selected fighters will no longer be available to
and then it
use
doesn't
in
show
the
up again.
battle. So
Wonder what that's perfect for.
fighter.
Probably a sibling showdown.
Exactly! A sibling Smashdown. But it's like, I can't remember if we did that person. It's like, well, I literally can't pick him. We
you
must
can't pick
have.
him, yeah. That's awesome.
The new training
Oh, so look, the dreaded training stage has made its way to Smash Brothers.
grid, so it's easy to measure distance.
Yep.
and
Aren't you happy?
Yeah.
That's being turned off.
you can also display launch.
But that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
The red line predicts your trajectory at 0% damage.
0, 100,
Is
where it
for
was.
100% damage.
So it's like, could this kill? Well, let me hit them with it.
At the moment of
Oh, it could! Yeah, like that would have killed him had he been at least 100.
the single player mode in which players battle against the
That's back from Brawl. That wasn't in 4. The way it worked in 4 was really weird. I didn't hate it, but I think a lot of people did. And, you know, single player content is good because 4 really lacked that.
Banana. Oh. It's a gun.
I like because we have all these options. Yeah, because we have these options and they've just decided to not balance like assists and items and stuff like that, and instead just give everyone the option to turn everything off and make it as balanced as possible. That means you can make it totally unbalanced and just chaotic and wild, and I think that's awesome. Like,
I wonder
just
how like real tournaments are gonna be. Like what type of
I mean,
settings
they're-
they'll use.
I
Is
think
there
what's
like
gonna
a
happen.
standard?
Yeah,
setting
there's a
to pick and
standard.
setup? Okay, cool.
But, and it's like, it's no items, usually very few legal stages. But if everything has a battlefield and a final destination version, and you can turn off stage hazards,
Yep.
that means more legal stages than ever. Meaning more variety in what you see people play on than ever, which is just good. Also, ditto. That's one of the coolest ones I've ever seen. Yeah, 0. I wish he was a playable character, but assist, I can't complain. At least he's in there. Anyway, yeah, there's gonna be more legal stages, but I hope what happens is, I mean, of course, like, the Smash rule set is so restrictive and, like, they don't like fun, but Final Smashes with the meter, like, I want to see that happen, because right now Final Smashes just aren't allowed in competitive, because they're considered OP and too random, but the meter wouldn't be random at all, and they're gonna be less powerful. Also, that's like, oh my gosh! Just carried him to his death.
Oh, he's cooking.
Yeah,
God.
I like that. Like, they can bring back Kirby's old Final Smash by doing that. More Metal Gear characters. Shovel Knight!
Oh, cool. So he's an assist?
Yeah. Cool. I hope someday he's playable. Him and Shantae. They'll be like the two indie character representatives. Mm-hmm. Also, just the moon from Majora's Mask is an assist.
That's insane.
As soon as I saw this, I knew exactly what it was. Because I recognized that environment. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Rathalos as an assist trophy.
The Monster Hunter series, Rathalos swoops in.
Also, a Monster Hunter stage.
Stage, yeah.
So he's a boss that you can call in.
That's cool.
It's like within the game, he built an entire OS.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say when we were looking at the
look at
the music stuff.
You can see,
This looks so good, and like you can use that with a
blurred
touchpad.
thing there.
Yeah, they aren't revealing it yet.
What are you?
dashboard on the right side of the screen. This can be accessed at any time by pressing the ZR button. Options and control descriptions are listed here as well.
It's so much nicer and so much well organized, or so much better organized than the previous ones. The previous ones were so messy.
What is this then?
I don't even know if you'll know it, but I was really happy to see it.
DK.
CGI is so freaking good.
Yeah.
He was the villain from the Donkey Kong Country games.
Oh, cool.
And I think for the longest time they didn't want him in there because they weren't making those anymore, and because he was kind of a Rare character, like he was made by Rare, which wasn't part of Nintendo anymore. But I think at this point they've just kind of given up. They're like, you know what, who cares? We're just gonna put in what people want to see in there.
Yeah. Is he playable?
Yeah.
Frick.
Also, he's just his gut.
Yeah.
King K. Rool. That's like the most intense super I've ever seen. They're like Injustice supers where it goes into a scene.
Yeah, I like that the supers, like, aren't just you, like, grabbing the opponent and doing something with them. It's like you're destroying the entire stage and everyone on it.
Also, this is cool. I liked how they showed this mural early on. They're like, oh, I would fill in some empty spaces for you.
Yep. So cool.
It's like, man, how much room is there left? Because he said there's going to be more before release. So, alrighty. So the rules changes. Of course, most people are excited about King K. Rool and Simon being in there, and Richter, and Dark Samus and Chrom. I don't know how many people are excited about Chrom, but what excites me the most, like, besides, like, all the stages, all the music, that's cool, but all the rules stuff, like, the way you can modify it, and the fact that, like, you can turn off stage hazards and do Battlefield and Final Destination configurations, and everything can be 8-player, and the new modes, like, Smashdown and Squad, which I'm basically just going to call KOF, because that's what it is. The tournament stuff, like, Classic Mode being back, all of this, it's like, all of this is stuff I thought was too much to ask for, but I'm just getting. And, like, I really hope Competitive Smash considers using the Final Smash meter, because, like, Rage was kind of a problem, because Rage was hard to adjust to, because it made people more powerful, but it was really hard to know how much it made them more powerful.
Yeah.
But having Final Smash as the comeback mechanic, like, just having a metered super, it just makes sense, and it's made sense for every other fighting game. So, and it would make everything more exciting and more tense, and it's less random and, muddy compared to Rage. So, I hope that's considered, because I think that would be awesome to have in competitive Smash, to actually see supers happening. It's way more flashy, way more interesting to watch. And, all the new stages that are definitely going to be legal, because you can turn off hazards. But yeah, I like how they've gone further into the competitive while also going further into the just chaotic party game stuff. So it's like, oh, we just decided you can have both.
Yep.
Like, you can have something as silly and crazy as Brawl while also having something as not fun as Melee. But with a lot more legal characters, of course, and stages. But yeah, I feel good, and I'm so excited this is coming out this year. I don't know how they're going to fit all this on a Switch cartridge, but I can't wait. And we're definitely playing this.
Yeah.
Like, whether you like it or not, we're going to play it at least once.
No, I'm excited. It looks cool.
Awesome! All right, well, I'll see you guys next time we do this, which who knows when that will be. This series is very reactionary. Is what I'd call it.
Yeah.
Remember to like, spend surprise. Goodbye, guys. Remember, you have to stiffen up and fall out, right?